Hi there! Instead of a standard demo, this one will be a shorter one, where we won't go into detail about the anagram, because I already did an hour-long video about it together with Darkglass, that's on the Darkglass YouTube channel. So go check it out. It's a good watch in case you have any questions about the anagram, because I'll be answering probably most of them at least on that video. I just wanted to talk about my experiences and my feelings about the anagram so far in a slightly less scripted fashion. Or, of course, I'm following a script, otherwise just filming this video would take me 7 hours because I tend to go on unrelated tangents. But you know what I mean. Let's roll the intro tape. So, in addition to being asked to make a deep dive video or a video manual or whatever you like to call it about the anagram, I was also a beta tester for the anagram, as shown here at the bottom of my device. It was a great opportunity that I'm grateful for the folks at Darkglass for, since I do have a lot of opinions about gear, as you might have noticed. When Darkglass contacted me about beta testing the anagram in last December, I was feeling a bit burnt out about YouTube. Again, it seems to be a bit of a recurring problem with me that I'm still trying to get sorted. But yeah, I was feeling a bit disillusioned about the ratio of work that goes into any one of my videos and the reaction those get. Don't get me wrong. I am immensely grateful about everyone who watches my content, and I'm very happy about the air of discussion that I feel that we have been able to create here on this channel. And every time a video of mine bursts out of that bubble, I get a stark reminder about how good we have it here. In short, a single long-form video takes me about 40 to 60 hours to create, sometimes longer depending on the topic and the extent that I'm going into it. To put it bluntly, it's a full-time job, and it doesn't really make sense for me to create videos about gear or topics that I'm not at least 112% into. Luckily, what Darkglass described in their messages almost literally lit a fire in me. I had already been dabbling with neural amp modeling lately and making captures about my pedalboard and some other gear, and I had a ton of fun playing through those, sometimes even more fun than playing through the actual gear. So when I heard that Darkglass was making an actual multi-effect pedal which could run NAM files as well, I was incredibly excited and it didn't let me down. I won't share any more about the beta testing itself, since it's not a particularly thrilling story. Testing features and finding bugs doesn't really make for good content anyway, but I'll have to say that I was really glad to see that my friends Eric Arco and Ivan Carranza were also a part of the beta testing team. It was really fun exchanging thoughts about the Anagram with these guys, and I feel like we have a good camaraderie going on. When Ivan shared his first impressions about the Anagram by sending in an actual PDF chart with descriptions and labels and everything, my imposter syndrome kicked onto high gear. This guy is meticulous. Anyway, I had a good time beta testing the Anagram. I also visited the Darkglass headquarters in Vallila, Helsinki, where we spent an afternoon talking about the Anagram as it is, how it came to be, and about the future that they have in plans for it. And it's big stuff. So, about my thoughts on the Anagram. It's the best thing since sliced bread, and I'm being pretty serious about it. This thing is incredible in how easy it is to use and how good it sounds even with minimal effort. I really don't feel like I'm being limited by anything inside the Anagram. My largest real-world preset so far has been, I think, 9 blocks, and the smallest has been just 1 block with a neural loader that has my entire pedalboard in it. That largest preset was built to handle an entire concert by itself, with 3 different scenes that have very different gain levels within them. Of course, if I really started dialing in those really minute details that help me stand out in every single song that we play, just like on the records, it would have to be spread on a couple presets. But then again, those differences are really minute, and this is live. People won't hear minute differences live. Hell, they barely even hear the difference between a clean tone and a really dark, really high gain fuzz tone. I'm especially really into the fact that the Darkglass team seems to be really into neural amp modeling. I am all for open source software, and NAM has already brought profiling, amplifiers, pedals and rack units more accessible than it has ever been. All you really need is an audio interface, and that's it. All the software needed for NAM modeling is free, and the training itself can be run in the cloud, so you won't even need a high-end PC. I have done a couple of NAM profiles myself, and those sound great and feel great to play through. My next step would probably be creating a bunch of different NAM profiles about all the pedals that I have, and maybe even combinations of those, since stacking gain is always a ton of fun. I am extremely happy about how the Anagram is right now, and I'm very excited about the future. I hope that we can create more great content about the Anagram with Darkglass, such as NAM profile packs or something, but time will tell. There are a couple of minor things that didn't make it into the Anagram for release that I'm a bit sad about, and one of those is stereo delay. It's just like with the Exponent 500. The reverbs are stereo and some of the modulation effects are stereo, but the delays are mono, which is a bit baffling to me. A good stereo delay is, in my opinion, very essential to any modern high-end multi-effect unit. But I did voice my thoughts about this to the Darkglass team, and I think they did listen to me. So I hope that we can get at least a ping-pong delay into the Anagram very soon. I hope we can also see a momentary function on the foot switches, but then again that would mess up the hold functions on the foot switches as they are currently. So we will just have to wait and see how things evolve during this first year and beyond. The Anagram is also slightly on the expensive side, but then again, that's just the price range that these kinds of high-end multi-effects sit at. These effect units are by no means necessities. If you wanted a good distortion tone, you can just go get one of the Darkglass distortion pedals. They've been building analog distortion pedals for the good part of a couple of decades by now. If you wanted to get a more affordable multi-effect that also supports NAM, both Veilton GP200 and Hottone Ampero 2 recently got an update that makes them compatible with NAM files. But if you wanted all of that and more in an extremely roadworthy enclosure built in Finland and with everything dialed for the electric bass as the primary objective, then you'll just have to get the Anagram. Personally, I'm really excited to start creating more things with the Anagram, and I hope you'll love your Anagram as well, should you go out and get one. I'll be uploading my presets to the Darkglass preset hub as I make them, so be sure to check out Pajan and I on the preset hub as well. I have already got all of my Microtube's Infinity presets there, and I'm still using those live and as a bassist to my current sounds. This video is not sponsored, but then again, I was hired to create the deep dive video, and I got my Anagram as part of that deal. So who really knows whether this should be sponsored according to the YouTube guidelines and the Finnish legislations? I don't know. All of my opinions are of my own, and all of the music that you have heard was created using the Anagram, including the ambience you have been hearing when I'm talking. If you like this video and you want more content like this, or just more me, be sure to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, I should be breaking 10,000 subscribers this year, and who knows what that'll bring. My next video should either be an instructional video about how to set your bass guitar, where we go into every detail that there is to know about bass guitar setups, or it'll be us making NAM captures about bass guitar related gear and how to use neural amp modeling in your day-to-day bass life. That'll depend on which one of those I'll be inspired to finish first. But this is all that I have got for you now. Have a nice evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!